Hi, I'm Adrian Haverstadt, the founder of the Criminal Justice Program here at Berkeley College. I welcome you to my YouTube channel, the Justice Center at Dr. Halvey. We're working through a playlist titled Cultural Awareness. The focus of this 14th video is really on the subject of corrections. One, we want to understand the scope of cultural bias in corrections. Two, explore ways to address cultural bias in our correctional system. And three, examine what cultural competence looks like in inmate rehabilitation and reentry back into society. The scope of cultural bias in corrections can be extensive, as it can affect various aspects of the criminal justice system. Some examples of the range of cultural bias and discrimination in corrections would be one, in the sentencing process. Cultural bias can impact the sentencing of individuals, as judges and juries may be influenced by their own cultural preferences when making decisions about the severity of a sentence, for example. Two, in terms of discipline. Inmates from certain cultures or backgrounds may be more likely to be disciplined or punished within correctional facilities due to cultural misunderstandings or biases held by the staff. Three, access to programs and services. Inmates from specific cultural backgrounds may face barriers to accessing programs and services within correctional facilities due to the language barriers, cultural differences, or even the biases held by staff. Four, there's the use of force. Cultural bias can impact the use of force within correctional facilities, as staff may be more likely to use power against individuals from certain cultures or backgrounds. Five, employment and promotion. Cultural biases can also impact employment and promotion within correctional facilities. Individuals from certain cultures or backgrounds may face discrimination or prejudice in the hiring and advancement opportunities that they would receive. How do we address cultural bias and discrimination in corrections? Addressing cultural prejudice and discrimination in corrections is crucial to promoting fairness and justice within the criminal justice system, particularly among correctional facilities. Several strategies can be employed to address cultural bias and discrimination. One, cultural sensitivity training. This can be provided to correctional staff to educate them about the inmates' diverse backgrounds, cultures, and beliefs. This training can help to reduce cultural bias and increase understanding and empathy towards inmates. Diversifying staff would be a second way. Hiring a diverse team can help reduce cultural bias and promote a more inclusive environment within correctional facilities. When staff members share the same cultural backgrounds as inmates, they may be better equipped to understand and communicate with them. Three, implementing policies and procedures. Correctional facilities can implement policies and procedures that promote fairness and equality for all inmates. This can include policies that prohibit discrimination based on race, ethnicity, religion, gender, sexual orientation, and other factors. Four, we can provide language access. Providing language access services such as interpreters and translated materials can help to ensure that inmates who do not speak English as their first language can communicate effectively with staff and essential access services. Five, we can conduct regular assessments. Regular assessments can be conducted to identify and address areas of cultural bias and discrimination within correctional facilities. This can include gathering feedback from inmates and staff and reviewing data on disciplinary actions, grievances, and other factors. What does cultural competence in inmate rehabilitation and the reentry of inmates back into society look like? Cultural competence is essential when it comes to inmate rehabilitation and reentry, as it can help ensure that individuals from diverse backgrounds can receive the support and resources they need to successfully reintegrate into society. Here are some ways in which cultural competence can be incorporated into an inmate's rehabilitation and reentry. 1. Understand cultural differences. Practitioners working with inmates should understand the cultural backgrounds and experiences of the individual with whom they are working with. This can help to develop personalized rehabilitation and reentry plans that are tailored to the unique needs and experiences of each individual. 2. Having language access. Inmates who do not speak English as their first language should be provided with language access services such as interpreters and translated materials to ensure that they understand and can communicate effectively throughout the process. 3. Cultural sensitivity programming. Rehabilitation and reentry programs should be designed with cultural sensitivity, considering the beliefs, values, and experiences of individuals from diverse backgrounds. This can help to create a more inclusive and welcoming environment for all participants. 4. We can address cultural bias. Practitioners should be trained to recognize and address cultural bias within themselves and others. This can help to ensure that all individuals are treated fairly and with equitably, regardless of their cultural background. Partners can also be arranged with community organizations. 5. Community organizations and cultural groups can play an essential role in supporting the rehabilitation and reentry of individuals from diverse backgrounds. Practitioners should seek to participate with these organizations to ensure that inmates have access to the resources and support they need to successfully reintegrate into society.